Brazil 100% will get out of Group B. 100%. I think Brazil will get out of the group stages.
Dustin, I'm stoked for this one. This Brazilian team looking pretty stacked.
Obviously, Brazil known for being very good in esports in general.
Svenko on the Sombra, who's going to have EMP in the next fight.
I need to preface this video by letting you all know I've never played a game of Overwatch in my life.
Mas conseguem desequilibrar. O bombardeio do campo foi forte, mas ninguém pisou e é vitória do Brasil no primeiro round. Conseguiu pegar lá do outro lado. O Esterco com um soco derrubou dois para abrir espaço e deu Brasil.
Our roster is unshakable, as we like to say, is inabalável.
Teams kind of planning for each other in this fight. Obviously running a Doom Fist on the side. Oh my God, they're fantastic shots from him and all Exfel on the back. Through an incredible hard engage onto Exfel, but with Walter on that point, and surely if that will come through. 99, they do have Svenko to touch that point. Copy now comes through. Attack on it. And Brazil will claim this map 2-0. Free, but he can't push him because of the immortality field, or it's because of the amplification matrix. But now pops the annihilation with a nano boost and anti-grenade. They connect onto the backline. The Blizzard cannot do anything to stop Dalka and that nano boost annihilation. They just run into that backline. Immortality field. Don Suzu not here, and Brazil look to close it out on Argentina 2-0, and they do so. 2-0 for Brazil.
Ecuador are going to be the underdogs going into this match versus Brazil.
World Cup. And from what we've seen so far, they have not missed a step. So having the power, a very clean round there for Brazil.
Out, so I mean, they wanted to make sure they secured the win. They're going to go in with the coalescence on the backside.
Wow, okay. Flank Moira, best Moira, it turns out. And that is 2 easy breezy kills out for Brazil. That is Brazil with a quick 2-0 on the Jang Tower. This might be difficult here for Emilio. Dalka does have the ultimate, throws it in right into the back line, does have the commanding shout, so can start to close the gap. Finds one, Ken gone down already. Eyes up the second support, and down they go. And this is a house of dominoes now tumbling for Ecuador when the hack comes through. And a lot of damage really gets you out of the fight pretty quickly. Dalka able to find the double here. One with a roll through, one with a power driver, one with a front.
You can't get away with it.
But the presence, the forward positioning here is just too much for Ecuador to deal with. It's a Brazil sweep, Billy.
Eu só quero é ser feliz, andar tranquilamente na
right? Like Brazil, Group B, realistically, Colombia is going to be the hardest matchup. But right now, they've got to deal with Peru. Really strong. They already get the coalescence, and they use it immediately. Go through the choke right on the Dalka, force the immortality field early. Potentially a counter now. Dalka commits his own ultimate, but gets deleted during it. Peru wants to go towards the spawn early on against Brazil, really trying to make a point. Forces them all the way, even forces the ice block back into it. But Peru look amazing at the moment. Front line, so now Peru just trying to delay, get that up to 70%. He dropped to that Death Blossom in the back. Also, Rodrigo Blizzard is there, so Naya gets found. Also, Exfel is dove on by the Reaper, has the immortality field, but it gets removed by Persona, so the backline for Brazil is gone after the Coalescence was used by Poke as well. And a fantastic recontest for Peru gives him that point.
Forcing immortality field out early, and Peru can just get aggressive again.
They want more. They do run in towards Dalka, who is using that ultimate inside of Peru's engage, but it doesn't matter. His team is gone. They split towards that point. Like I said, Dalka, Ludwig both down. Svenko just tries to find something towards that point, but Peru easily run towards him. Svenko, though, does find Persona, so that could give them a decent opening as maybe Peru falters a little bit towards the end, but they do eventually find Naya. Svenko has to back away towards that point. Ludwig's back now on the Tracer. Has to recall, though. Exfo's back towards that point. The Hanzo comes through the window, but he's shut down by Rodrigo. So you're just relying on Ludwig and Dalka to maybe find a pickup in this fight. They're able to get Suzu. The Coalescence runs out and able to get Poke as well. Brazil working themselves back into this fight. Persona has found Exfil, so that main support is gone. Ludwig also finds Rodrigo. Persona goes down, and somehow, some way, Brazil recontest this point last second and claim it back.
Vem Deus, DJ!
right towards that point, it looks like, kind of ignore Brazil, and they almost do so until Dalka connects both under supports of the backline of Peru. This has to be a quick reset now. Dalka is well aware the cooldown is removed for Persona. They also have that beat drop engaged. Blizzard for Rodrigo is here, but a massive EMPs from Senko, as well as, did he just get booped off the map and hacked as well? Suzu cannot Brazil and take round number 1 to continue winning this fight, but Brazil may be taking that now. Come back in with an open beat drop. Persona goes early aggressive at the front. See what Brazil does here. Taking Poke down incredibly low, gets Blossom into the back line. No kills from it directly, but everybody's chipped down so incredibly low. The healing resources are not going to keep Peru alive, and that's a fast team fight for Brazil with just a death loss. Frontline Dalka just waiting to use the ultimate now. Commits it onto Poke, also onto Persona. The Blizzard unfortunately was zoned away for Brazil. Up to now 82%. Peru desperately trying to reset and get a regroup, but 85% is quite rough.
As we head into this next team fight, Rodrigo forced on the tracer, but no one can touch Dustin.
A lot of damage. Anti-grenade by Poke. Try to go aggressive, but it's blocked by Naya. But immediately, Svenko peeks one corner, but Persona shuts him down, and then also takes down Nile. The shield removed, and then so is the Brigitte. That's a 2K for him. And maybe we were sleeping on Peru here. But with all those packs from Nile, it's going to be incredibly hard to kill. Bomb connects on Expo and Nile, though, over the back. Meanwhile, Svenko and Dalka trade it. Diego, though, still running havoc on the back line. Dalka goes down. Ludwig, though, on that back as well, is traded Poke. He's still trying to find the Hanzo, but Persona hits that shot. Now it's the Hanzo v Hanzo, and Persona comes out on top yet again. While Diva Bomb towards the bottom of that cart, has to remake into Rodrigo's flail, and Rodrigo is just closing things out for Peru here. 3K for him. Trying to get that payload into the checkpoint, maybe under Brazil's noses, but Svenko will eventually find Diego. Naya also finds Rodrigo, and Peru gets stopped last second on Route 66. Persona has to kind of change his play style around here. Double jumps forward, though, into Svenko. Dragon Strike also eaten with a Discord Orb in Brazil. Bend don't break. I mean, they close out into Peru now. Get that 2-0 victory. What a win from them over Peru, who at times put up a fight. Eventually, Brazil
here, especially for this matchup. It's going to be Brazil and Colombia, our two 4-0 teams currently so far here in Group B.
Here, we're setting up for the next engagement. Point hasn't unlocked yet, so don't expect too much more to happen until that's actually open and teams are ready for kills. EQO finds Xfel, but they're able to get out Dux into where their repeater can keep them alive. And here, Svenko takes a lot of damage from EQO, and in the confusion, Super Gomez is able to isolate and destroy Neil, and I think this is a done fight here for Brazil.
To another one, because of the amount of damage he's able to farm off of the Winston Hackers EQO. Oh no, not again. He finds Svenko's translocator.
Oh, hello, Svenko. You can almost feel the comms in the air, right? Gets healed up, receives the nano. The hack is there onto Super Gomez, and they are desperately trying to wend their way out of this. And at 99-0, Brazil win out the team fight. EQO still holds on to the EMP, has sight of Neil, needs to be very careful about the Suzu here. It doesn't matter about the Suzu, the kill was incredibly quick here.
And Colombia is going to be able to take well.
Long enough for this initial cap to be meaningful. Oh, fat anti and Super Gomez goes down. This has been a much better opening here for Brazil. It's a change of focus here for Colombia, and EQO in particular can watch those health bars as they yo-yo. We did a big classical. Oh, that's massive. No Lucio to help get Super Gomez into the fight, but they have now lost Neil. Super Gomez finds Xfel into the back, means that there is only Nile available here, and Ludwig is down without that support to keep them alive. Great stuff here. So Colombia will be watching Nile like a hawk, waiting for that Suzu to get out. EQO again just sprays down Neil. Xfel falls to the ultimate from Super Gomez. It's Super Gomez with the triple. And here was me thinking Space Monopoly was a themed board game. Apparently not. Now, to get something here with just the manual hack. Ludwig is there to come back and defend the course. Super Gomez has made the swap over onto the Winston to allow them to get back onto the point here. Receives a huge amount of damage. Is still hacked and visible. The sleep is good, and down goes Super Gomez. 8's off the table entirely here as Neil is down as well. EQO finally generates the EMP, and they may just clutch it out on the back of this one, Moxie. Very, very good Francisco from Colombia to bring us to a 2-0 on Ilios.
Svenko, as Colombia try to launch themselves onto Catwalk, it's going to be the safety that Ludwig anticipates.
Colombia's turn to throw everything they have into this fight. They start things off with the Turtles Dragon, and Ikiwo lands the mother of all pulse bombs. Both supports a remove from the fight here for Brazil, and that's going to be Colombia with a nice, easy walkthrough.
But he gets to use it, however, when the pulse bomb's available. The neutral relies on Super Gomez's Aria burst, but immediately turned upon.
Man, look at the people that contributed to that kill. That was a massive high ground here, like some sort of deadly raptor waiting to go in and drop their payload. Doesn't connect, but the damage has certainly been done here. Hug and Super Gomez for time now. Has a bunch of really good combos coming up. I think they're just going to use it to delete the supports from the gate. Though it's a disparate pairing here for Colombia. The pulse bomb and the sound barrier. Speaking of pulse bombs and sound barriers, that's Mixv down to Ludwig as they find the second. Looks for the third here. Unbothered and flourishing in their lane on the high ground. EQO pushes into them on the high ground, and Hug's able to land the kunai and take them out of this one. It's one with the self-destruct here from Dauka, but the EMP hits, and Dauka is now removed from the mech.
It's going to be Svenko that needs to find his hero picks, but Colombia's still standing strong.
Example to get that ultimate online, but Mixv is receiving a lot of pressure. We saw the pulse bomb connect, there was a hack and there was an anti as well, and now both supports are out of the fight for Colombia. Brazil with a big opportunity here to get themselves a nice easy cap on the way into point B. Back here it's still just under 3 meters towards the cap on the end of A here, and Brazil start to grind this one out, but Colombia are insistent that they pay the full toll here for access, and they may still slam the barrier on them. Hug with the double. It's still contested, but Hug is down, and we're on into B for Brazil. Next fight here, we're going to be looking for big investments of ultimates from Brazil. Starting things off here with the EMP from Svenko. Hug and Mixv eliminated first. First again, Brazil know exactly what side their bread is buttered on. Again, just watching the health bars there. The anti goes directly onto Mixv and to Hug. They played over here on the top left-hand side, and they made themselves known, and they made themselves vulnerable. Now no support on the table for Colombia. Ludwig lands the stick, and it's D-Mech onto Super Gomez, and they don't even get the chance to get back into the mech. Self-destructs or no. We are looking at quite the time bank for Brazil to get through point C with. Gage as old as time. Dauka with the nano boost into the back line. Oh, massive sleep. EQO gets found out, and it's an easy 4K here for Team Brazil against this final golden box of a stay in the series. Mixv to turn on both down here. Brazil have the numbers, and yes, it's an OT cap. High level that we are looking for the mind games here of who is where and who is expecting what, and can you outthink your opponent. Super Gomez isn't going to be given that opportunity. This push is going to be in overtime, and right now they barely move this car. That's a nice opener. Dauka out of the fight, out of the mech. It's online. Dauka's made the swap over onto the Winston. This makes things much harder here for Colombia, as they do not have answering ultimates. Oh my days!
Wants the Diva, but it removes that one-tap potential that Brazil has. And EQO.
Yeah, but you're really just looking for where's the first opening, and Nile going down is devastating here for Brazil. Dauka throws in the self-destruct. Ice Block is there to keep Eternal in this fight, but they're still being pressured out here, and Brazil continuously losing players here. Wall goes up, makes it so hard to get in and recontest. The EMP was there for Svenko. It just was too little too late. The staying power here for Colombia is truly phenomenal. And Hail Mary Banana Boost out from XFL. Mixv down here. Do Brazil get an extra stay at life? No, that's out of the mech. Out of life, out of the fight, out of first place, and Colombia secure first seed in this group.
Se alguém por mim perguntar, diga que eu sou